6. It is located at Black Cat LES in Lower East Side. More information, just holler at me.
Say that again.
The whole thing?
No, just where it's going to be again.
Black Cat.
Black Cat LES.
LES, Lower East Side.
Because you know Black Cat originally is a strip club, so they have separated with LES.
Children.
Oh, okay, the adult club. 172 Rivington. 172 Rivington. Okay, so while I get myself together, I didn't even realize it was this many little ones in the room. Let me get myself together. Miss Cincy, my do what she do. But if it's all right with y'all, and if it's all right with Green Poets, you know, love what y'all doing, I would like to call my brother up S, because I have to perform with him in a minute. And if that's cool, I like him up on the stage too, so we can get it in like we used to.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Collaboration.
Know how y'all supposed to be focused right over here first. They missed that part. You see, you gotta leave them alone. They Virgos.
That's my best friend.
Virgo season. No, don't clap. No. Don't clap.
This birthday isn't until what, December?
It's okay, I'm a Christmas baby. I get to. Alright. Blacklisted. Waitlisted, whitelisted, whitewash, brainwash, systematic eradication by virtue. Tell you mean something, then nothing. But give you no chance to make it. Projects not a home, just enough to make you desperate to kill for it, but not enough of anything to really want to keep it. You want more to be more, but every program is set up for you to fail. Hurry up and wait. Wait for the grant, wait for the loan, wait for the life, wait for the miracle. Pray on it, and while you wait, let God give it to you. And let God give it to you. I'll give you help. Wait for him to provide for you. Nothing you gotta do but wait and pray. And while you're waiting, you wasteful. You stirring, waiting for the bullets to hit. Because every minute they tell you not worth it. You want too much, you deserve too much, you make too much, they gave you too much, you take too much, you are too much, but never enough. Not enough credit, not enough ambition, not enough loyalty, not enough education, not enough money. The chance and the chance for the chance till you kill yourself. Your drive, your ambition, yourself, your life, your chances, yourself, your brother, anything your color. Because by name, they assume you are nothing more. By color, they assume your worth. By collection, they assume we do nothing. Do nothing but whine and steal and smoke and cheat and make bastard babies on repeat. And take what seemingly doesn't belong to us. And everything that happens, everyone that happens to get through is an exception. Because they play by their rules. Somehow we hate ourselves. Somehow we no longer care. And more BS they feed, the more we eat. Turn ourselves into the very image of hatred we fought so hard to deceive. Get past, get through. But at what point will we be through? At what point will enough be enough? When my enough is enough. When my black is beautiful and strong without question. And there is no reason to question my black.
He closed his eyes right before he took that shot that would eventually take his life. Figured he would get a head start knowing he was about to go and meet his God. No mistaking the hardcore stare in the eyes behind the perpetrator of his soon-to-be demise. As he stared down that barrel, he thought of the many times he was on the other side of that gun, watching his victims cower while he snickered like it was fun. Not realizing that days are numbered and what goes around really does come back around.
Alright.
His final sounds, blah, before his body went limp to the ground. Now his mother named him Pete, but the streets called him Murder. Now while on trial for murder, Murder got murdered. No pun intended. There were no witnesses. And though Peter was the one killed, his family were the real victims here. Listen. I'm just waiting for the day I can truly be maxing and relaxing. Sipping some Thug Passion, listening to Pop sing about a place called Thug Mansion. A couple of homes in the Hamptons. Is that too much to be asking? Who's to say whose wife really deserved pearls was all Walter Lee was asking. Just like that, raisin in the sun, dried up. So are the hopes of so many sons raised in these slums. And this double consciousness, this conflict of interest, can't avoid being black or want to continue living. The prison walls are filled with those not given a chance at the all that life has to offer. So they end up slaves behind that cement coffin, or coughing up blood on the cement near you. Lift up your project window, you'll get a clear view of the moral destruction most caused by political corruption. We're no longer products, now just statistics of our environments. Many nights spent wondering why when we populate the block, we own very few, if any, of the shops on the block. I mean, I can still get numbers, Dutchess, and halal from my man we call Op, but can really get greens and wings from my folks who used to share their crops, the ones who used to wear their properties, the ones who pick all of the cotton. How in this beautiful city, we end up in a part of the apple that's rotten. I'm still plotting on my day in the sun, so alone I tend to roam. Sometimes, being an African American feels like being homeless at home.
They say it takes an entire village to raise a child. Well, if that's true, then someone needs to tell the village that our crops are growing wild. They say the children are the future, but what kind of future can they be when so many of our so-called futures are laid to rest and placed behind bars every day? They say knowledge is power. I guess that's why we got so many security guards and dead-end jobs making $5.15 an hour with bachelor degrees. They say mama's baby, daddy's baby. Well, if that's true, then why should daddy stick around? They say all men and dogs, which makes all women cats, and cats are far more sneaky than dogs. So who's really They say the cops in prison and hit the serve, but I never heard of anyone ordering 41 bullets. I said I never heard of anyone ordering 41 bullets. They say never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. What the hell does that mean? They say good things come to those who wait, but they never tell you how long you gotta wait. So you know what I say about they? To hell with it. Because if they spend less time being they and more time being us, we might be all right. And if they hit us and they get offended, too bad. Because you know what they say, you can't please everybody all the time. And this is a little different, because it's not a poem, it's a monologue. I've been hearing a little bit of it today, so here we go. This one is from the one-man play called The Session. It's entitled Unhappy Birthday. Sorry, right? I was supposed to be explaining this. I wasn't always this homeless mess that you see before you. No. I used to be the pastor of a church. Had a beautiful brownstone in Brooklyn. A wife I've been with for over 15 years. Then one day, all of that just came to an end. You see, I was at home and I was preparing my sermon for Sunday, and funny enough, it was on gun violence. Now, my daughter, she was off in the living room playing with toys, or watching TV, or whatever it was she was doing. And I remember as I was writing the sermon, there was a point where I got stuck. As I sat the pen down to reach for inspiration, I heard 3 gunshots. I got up and I ran to the living room because this was the window to my neighborhood. I wanted to make sure that no one I known had been hurt. But as I walked into the doorway, I could see 2 holes in my window and one in my ceiling. Now I'm looking at this hole because I'm trying to count for the second one. And that's when I heard it. I looked down and my daughter was covered in blood. So I picked her up and I rushed her to the hospital. And while I'm at the hospital, the elders, they came to give a kind word and let me know that Brother Johnson, we're so sorry what happened. You see, it was those drug dealers. They just got new guns and decided to test them out. A few minutes later, the doctor comes out and tells me that my daughter didn't make it because the bullet crushed the larynx. As I'm trying to take all of this in, my wife walks in the hospital. Let me tell you something about my wife, a strong black woman. In many days, she was my backbone. But even the strongest have to break. And she's standing here, she's asking me questions about her child that I have no answers. Because the only thing I can think about is, why? How? Why? Why? Why, God, why? How could you do this to me? I was one of your children. I did everything you said. I never cursed. I never swear. I never ate pork. I even gave more than 10% of everything I earned. You take the most precious thing from me. So I decided to go for a walk. It's only supposed to be for a couple of minutes. Minutes turn into hours. Hours turn into days. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Months turn into years. And here I am. 7 years on the street. The other day, though, I seen the sister that came to the hospital. She said, Brother Jones, what happened? How could you just walk away from all that God gave you? And I said, if I was one of his children, how could he take what he had already given me? And she said, no, baby, don't speak so fast. Everything happens for a reason. And it wasn't until she said that I realized that even though I left the church, I'm still preaching. I just don't use words from the Bible. I use words from my heart. And I can only feel my thought. And it's like, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I don't know where my higher power may have you going today, but I hope that he covers you and bless you with nothing but good vibes all the way through. Now, since the mind is always hungry, I'm here to